and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz, and I'm with Tyrant Dominus, aka Jesus, and we're here to get this show on the road again. But if it's your first time listening, you can always follow and subscribe. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We don't make you. And this is my kiddo I talk about often.
Doom Slayers in the Fortnite Battle Pass.
Oh, very awesome.
Okay. Yes, welcome
Sorry
everyone.
about that interlude.
Okay. But thank you everyone for joining us. Like Liz says, we'll be jumping in. How have you been, Liz, this past week?
I told you right before the podcast.
Yeah, that's only the secret talk. That's only for our bonus listeners, okay? If they want to hear that shenanigan.
Yeah, it's a bit of shitstorm, that's for sure. People, stay healthy, please. If you're not feeling great, wear a mask. I know I said you shouldn't be wearing one, but if you're not feeling great, but you have to do shit, you can wear a mask for the rest of the world.
Yeah,
save us the problems.
It's exactly right? It should now be. It kind of got normalized to wear a mask in the States, in the Western society, right?
Yeah.
And like, if you're gonna go into an environment, a social environment or work, and you might not be like horribly sick where you have to call into sick to work or like that. You might just have a slight cough or a slight fever. Having the decency to protect other people and help contain it within yourself, that should just be common sense at this point, right? You would think 2 years of
common decency. That would be decency for human life, but apparently nobody has a fucking care in the world because we just reached 8 billion people in the world.
There you go. Who says we have a population problem? More population. We need more people. More people. But yeah, like it's one of those things. Like if you're not feeling 100%, but you're still like capable to do something, and you're gonna be entering an area with multiple people, don't be an asshole and just kind of be, just wear a mask for the people around you. Be a decent human being. It's normal now to just wear it. It's, like, I know there's some people say, why you wear a mask? Like, do you want to get sick? Like, I'm doing it for you. If they want to get sick, don't wear the mask. It's their own fault at that point. So if they get mad if they're sick afterwards, I told you, you're the one that made me take off my masks. Like, and while they're sick in their bed, like, why did you do this to me? Why? Like,
it really sucks. I mean, I've seen so many cases of RSV, COVID cases have shot up through the roof again. Oh, not quite, but getting close. And then you have flu, and then you have influenza A and B that are like streaking through, and apparently people have been sick left and right in that one.
Or you have the co-flu, the double dose.
Actually, we've only seen a handful of cases of that, but
it's been going around. I'm his agent. Okay, I'm working on trying to get him more business. Okay, co-flu for the win.
Co-flu for the win. With RSV.
Hey, co-flu will one day take over. Okay, I'm working on that product management. All right, Flu was the past. COVID was 2 years ago. Okay, it's time for co-flu. Okay, time for co-flu.
It's nuts. I am so tired, and the nurses and the staffing are tired too. I mean, I never know what room I'm going to, and half the rooms that I'm walking into, and they don't suspect them for being the flurona, and then come out with the damn Rona. I'm like, fuck, damn it! After an hour I've been in there, I'm like, oh God, people are killing me. I wasn't prepared for it mask-wise. I mean, I have a 3-ply that I wear, but I mean, I like to wear the N95s when I go into there.
Okay. Sounds like you.
If I don't know, they have the...
Oh, God. Such a crazy time. Crazy times. You'd think things are technically normalizing. People are kind of getting sick normal. It is. We just had...
It's normal.
Yeah. Routine. I think it's normal now. It's like...
Flu, but... Now we have COVID and then RSV on top of it. It just makes it a hassle.
It just has more work added to it. So much more.
Yeah.
But
and seeing babies with it, it's been painful.
Ooh, that's
to watch.
sadder.
It's been very painful to watch. Like I walk in. I mean, granted, there's an older population being getting RSV too, but it's harder to watch with the little babies who can't, really fight that off, and they're having trouble breathing, and it's like, oh, and you just feel so bad.
Okay. Now, to get away from that very sad note, let's talk about some idiots on the internet or around the internet and around the world. Liz, start us with the first story that you picked out for us.
I just thought it was freaking funny, okay? I was laughing. I'm like, okay, people are just stupid. Bad idea. Man tries to steal from Walmart during the Shop with a Cop event.
Wait, shop with a cop? Okay, that's an interesting event. Sounds interesting. What is this?
All right, St. Cloud, Florida. Why is it always Florida?
It's Florida man. Come on. It is a Florida man. It's a Florida.
It says that authorities in Florida say a man is facing charges after he attempted to steal from a store filled with law enforcement. Was there a movie about this? I feel like there was a movie about this.
Feels like
they said the Osceola County Sheriff's Office reports suspects attempted to steal from a Walmart in a St. Cloud during a annual Shop with a Cop event for community children. According to the sheriff's office, the event included nearly 40 deputies in attendance, along with a forensics team, community service team, and the sheriff Marcos Lopez inside the store. Authorities identified the suspect as Brad and shared a photo of the man in handcuffs along with items he confiscated. The sheriff's office called the attempted stealing a bad idea. No duh, Sherlock. That's the end of the article.
So from the sounds of it, there was an event including over nearly 40 people, 40 law enforcement officers were there, and did it say were they in like street clothes or were they in there?
I think you have to dress up for the event. I've seen these events before. I think they dress up as an event because they want to say they're cops, right? They're shopping with a cop, so all up in their deputy gear and stuff like that. So
yeah. You would think, like, what did he steal? I'm looking at his Facebook account.
You're looking at his Facebook account.
Oh, well, there's the link right there. You can click the link.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, you click the link.
Yeah, he just looks like a retard.
And just
I shouldn't say that word. Oops, my bad. Bleep that out.
Damn, Liz. She's taking away the PC. She's trying to take back her own rights little by little.
My daughter doesn't like that word either.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't like that word.
Damn.
It's snowing.
Oh, it is snowing.
It's snowing.
It's snowing? No.
Yep, it is snowing. That's one of the reasons I was here. But yeah, it's interesting fact about
white snow. It's wet snow. We're good.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, it's not like sticking, but interesting.
It might not be for long. You stay in that podcast for 2 hours.
So
I just got on like 15 minutes ago.
So
God, my kid is killing me.
So there's a song that back in the late 90s or early 2000s by the Black Eyed Peas. Do you remember? Let me see here.
What's the name of that song? Repeat it with me.
No,
Oh, is that why I remember?
Let's get it. Okay. Do you remember the Black Eyed Peas song "Let's Get It Started"?
Yeah.
Do you know the original song? The original lyrics to that song?
No.
Yeah, it is "Let's Get."
Oh.
Emotional damage.
That's the original song. They had to PC it. I don't know when. Let me see if I can find it. Black Eyed Peas original. Where is it? Let me see. Black Eyed Peas.
Man, this guy is like worth it.
Sure it is. Oh, this is a good way to kind of just transition a little bit. I'm going to copy the link. Here you go. We can kind of talk about this. This is an interesting fact that people forget. It's one of those like Mandela effects. People always completely forgot that this was the original title for the song. Let's see here. Black Eyed Peas, Let's Get It Started can still jumpstart a commercial. Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas wouldn't have existed without advertisement. Famously and controversially, the track was originally called Let's Get Neurodivergent. When it appeared in the band's 2003 album Elefunk. The band only reworked it to let it get it started the following April, so it's just within a few. Originally, when did it say? So April, the NBA asked for a version to use in its ads. The refresh were popular, and so the band released it as a radio-friendly single that in June, and it went on to become their breakthrough hits. But you know what's interesting is I remember this song and its non-censor version. A lot of people remember that. It sounds like you never heard the original version either.
When was this? 2003?
2003, Elefunk, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of distracted in 2003.
Okay.
I was.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. It'll be 19 years today. My father passed away in 2003. So I was a little distracted, as you can tell.
Oh wow, it's already been 19 years.
Yep.
But all right, there you go, everyone. An interesting fun fact about a song and that word.
Maybe I do remember, but I don't remember. I feel like I might have heard it, but was like, I don't know.
It's hard to find that song, the unclean version, unless you had like the album or something. But yeah, it's interesting because if you listen to the original, like it has a slightly different meaning than its more clean version that we all know today. Let's get it started, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
crazy.
I know, right? The things that we kind of skim through, because right now it's like everything's clean or PC or but not us. We only censor ourselves for the most, as much as we can. But this is our show. We can kind of say whatever we want within reason. We're not monsters, okay? Just because Liz is my second class citizen here doesn't mean anything.
I can get away with this shit. I'm second class.
Yeah, she had.
I don't have any rights, remember?
One of these days, we're just gonna get to the point where you're just treated as an object again in society. I think
good, Liz.
when the moment like the female, I'm gonna say it that way, the female human species just beats. Their rights are gone. They're just treated as objects for trade and barter. That's when we've gone way far from where we were like a few years ago. Because you I remember it was the days where you would to marry someone, you would have to trade pigs and chickens and cows, and like, damn, that's some bartering. Like, how much is your daughter worth? I got like a good heifer. Like I can't give her one heifer. Give me one of your heifers and 2 pigs. I don't know. That's a pie barn. How about a piece of the land?
Got good bearing hips on her. Look at her.
So yeah, the moment
this is worth 2 heifers and 2 pigs.
Fine. Okay, yeah, you can marry my daughter. And while the daughter's just in the back, just standing there, like, I'm being traded for a cow and 2 pigs. But yeah, the moment
this guy's not even handsome looking. He's ugly. I'm just kidding.
Well, he's making money. He has a heifer and 2 pigs. Come on, he has the money. But yeah, if we get to the point where we're at that point, because I know some societies still kind of they don't do that, but there's still some like traditions and stuff. But it feels like little by little, everyone just losing rights and privileges and stuff like that. And
except for the LGBTQ community, the rights to have their marriage is still considered. There actually was a
bill passed recently.
A bill that recently passed to allow it and keep it still flourishing, which I'm proud and happy for that.
So yeah, because there was.
It may not have my rights, but that's okay.
So it's one of those things. We're not gonna super political, but it was one interesting. It was a topic that was being. I think we brought it up kind of as it was a half joke because it could be real. Because look at what happened to abortion, right? Where there was one Supreme Judge that was trying to was it abolish or like not abolish? It was trying to make gay marriage illegal or something like that, or something along the line. There, we could look it up, but we're not gonna get too deep into that. But I found it like, wow, we are really, really rolling back a lot, and like the joke of women becoming now objects would have been a joke, but it's like feels like it's slowly becoming realistic, and I'm like, damn. So
No, right?
so I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah, let's kind of diverge from that, because we don't want any of that anymore. But if some weird crazy story comes about, we'll bring it up again. But yeah, let's hopefully the day where we don't have to talk about that level of things. If not, I'm just gonna have you're not gonna be in the camera, I'm just gonna be on a pedestal in the back as like my prize. Like
with a geared off covered mask down.
Everything like, all right, guys, welcome to the Convoluted podcast. I'm here, Jesus, and well, there's my prized possession, Liz, over there. Like, yeah, she's just gonna be standing there. She's an object. Yeah, that's how. That is a future. That is a weird dystopian future.
I just know that I'd be like lifting up like signs when you were looking.
Like, who gave you paper and pencil? You're not supposed to be able to read or write.
The Handmaid's Tale is started.
Oh shit, you're right. It's so weird. Oh my god, there was to kind of also a little. I know we're tangenting off, but there was. I wish I saved the Twitter comment, but someone actually thought the Handmaid's Tale was true events happening in this day and age.
Oh,
and they were like, "Where is this happening? I want to stay away from there." And like no, it's a story. Like they believed it was a real thing happening, and like, no. It's like there is some semblance of it in the world and even in the States, but it's not that crazy.
Where it starts, because that's what the Canadian writer said. But this seems like it's feasible in the United States.
Yeah, but it's not that prevalent. Like it's not like Handmaid's Tale prevalent, but it's slowly getting to like honestly, like I said, it's getting crazy out there. So I'm gonna be shining my pedestal one day. All right, let's jump back into some of the stories. Let's see here. The next story Liz picked out was a reckless driver turns out to be a dog behind the wheel of a Texas parking lot crash. So this is one of those things where you kind of like, that those people that leave their pets or even their children in cars. Like I've been left in cars multiple times, and it's one of those things like you just kind of, at least for people or children, you just kind of sit there and wait for a thing, even if you kind of get bored or anything. It's interesting. It's hard to kind of get into the mind of an animal, mostly we'll just say a dog who's just like there, and then depending on how active or laid back, a laid back dog can just like, all right, I'll just wait. Someone like they just like active. So let's see what happened this time around, because it seems like there was an incident. So police in Texas apprehended a reckless driver Thursday that turned out to be a dog who crashed into two cars in a Walmart parking lot.
And that's always happening at Walmart. Things at Walmart.
Apparently, yeah. According to Kilgore Police Department, one of the victims noticed the suspect barreling down on him, but couldn't get out of the way. He was shocked to see that the driver was a dog. KDP searched on social media. Yep, the pooch was actually behind the wheel of the crash occurrence. The investigation revealed that the furry friend was sitting on the unoccupied vehicle waiting on his family while they stopped. Wait, what did the dog do? Let's see here. There's a Facebook post. Let's see here. KDP apprehended a reckless driver today after he ran into two cars in the parking lot. Thankfully, no one was injured in the crash. One of the victims saw the suspect barreling down on him, but couldn't get out of the way. He was shocked to see the driver was a dog. Yep, the pooch was actually behind the wheel when the crash occurred. The investigation revealed that the dog was sitting in the unoccupied vehicle waiting on its human while they stopped. Apparently, got a little antsy and bounced around the cab, setting this truck into motion. The steering column had some prior damage, and the pooch must have placed the vehicle in drive. So okay, interesting. So it was a malfunction. He was also wearing a leash, and I believe it got caught on the emergency brake and released it. Oh wow, it was like a whole level of circumstances. It doesn't sound feasible, but an eyewitness saw the pooch behind the wheel just before the crash. He certainly has a guilty look on his face. Look at that pooch.
I know, he looks guilty, like, oops, don't look at me, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, that's so cute. It's so sad, but so funny.
Yeah, it's like they're like you gotta imagine explaining that to your insurance agent. Like what happened to your car? A dog crashed into me. Like, can you repeat
My
that?
dog accidentally put the car in drive.
Yeah, this lady's dog hit my car. Yeah, how do we work this out? Oh my god. Let's see here. No one was in. Okay, that's kind of that post. The Facebook post kind of got the whole thing. But yeah, at least it was a minor incident. Hopefully, nothing too crazy came about. It's just one of those things like, oh shit, no. Just literally so many different incidents or moments to lead up to that, because it sounds like. Because normally I'm like, how did the dog change able to do that? But it sounds like there were already some malfunction with the vehicle, so it was being able to put it on drive, and then somehow the emergency brake got snagged too, so you kind of lost everything. Just a whole level of things waiting to happen, and because you don't ever really think that's ever gonna happen, and it does.
Crazy stuff. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. Thought it'd be something to share with the world.
Yeah, it's like I said, that we've been on the negative side since last week, so let's kind of hit on some of the weird and crazy stuff. Let's try to stay away from the negatives. Now the next one's a bit of a negative, but there's some positivity to it. It's a bit weird. Go ahead, Liz. Since you didn't know about this, I'll let you read it to get a little bit more.
All right, ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Texas woman kidnapped as a baby 51 years ago reunites with family thanks to home DNA testing kit.
You know what would be funny if you actually read it as kidnapped at the 51-year-old baby.
Sorry, my bad.
That would have been funny. Damn, that's an old baby.
A Texas woman kidnapped as a baby 51 years ago was reunited with her family after they used a home DNA test to track her down. Melissa Highsmith was 22 months old when she was allegedly abducted in August of 1971 by a babysitter from her family's Fort Worth apartment, according to NBC Dallas Fort Worth. Her mother, Alta, can't pronounce it.
It's fine. It's just fine. You can just use her first name.
Was reportedly accused by police by possibly killing her daughter and hiding the crime. The station reported. The family, however, said Highsmith was taken from her home by a babysitter to answer Alta's newspaper advertisement seeking help. He spent more than 5 decades looking for Highsmith before a DNA match on 23andMe provided a break in the case. Our finding Melissa was purely because of DNA, not because of any police, FBI involvement, podcast involvement, or even our family's own private investigations or speculations. Her family said Sunday on Facebook, "We found Melissa. DNA wins the search."
Wow. Okay, there's some more. Yeah.
Sister Victoria Highsmith told NBC Dallas Fort Worth that DNA matched samples from Melissa's Highsmith's children. The Highsmith's parents then provided their own DNA samples. Within 3 weeks, the family had found Melissa Highsmith. It was like, boom, boom, boom. We found her, Victoria Highsmith said. A spokeswoman for 23andMe said it was never heard of a case like this one.
Okay, cool. There's more to it, but wow. That is a crazy story. Because 5 decades later to find
and the parents are still alive to find kid, that's gonna be some sort of closure for them for sure.
And then the thing is, like, you grew up without this side of the family, or like not even knowing. If you look forward, I read a little deeper into it, but apparently, like, you kind of knew her mom, quote mom, was not her real mom, and something was up. But her mom would like always just tell her no, or her kidnapper, whatever you want to say. And she made a life for herself, and now she has an entire like other family. Her brothers, I believe she has like a brother and a sister, and grandkids, nephew, cousins, like whole nother
It's crazy.
life. Like
Whole another family that she gets to get to learn and love. So that's awesome. I'm excited for that family.
that is good. And they just celebrated her 53rd birthday apparently back in November 6th. But boy, that is crazy, because you can't imagine. Like, imagine if you were like gone and with a separate family just to find out you had your current family. There's like your current family. Like, what? Like,
Yeah.
it's nearly unimaginable. It's hard to conceptualize, but it happened to her, and it's sad. Yeah, like there are crazy people out there who kidnap kids like this, and
I think the 70s were very notorious for that. I mean, I feel like this has been a common occurrence in in the 70s. A lot of kids were stolen, but they found their kids found their parents because DNA matches like that, like a 23andMe or Ancestry. So I think that's awesome.
yeah, more power to the family for finally having some closure, because man, you just never know. And it's just something as simple as just someone doing a DNA test and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We recently brought up the thought of doing one of these like Ancestry 20 just DNA tests, because of the whole what was it the family event we went to back in November in Arizona. Kind of like using it as a family tree builder to kind of access all our family, because like I mentioned, we have a majorly huge extended family, and it's hard to keep track of people. And just having a database to kind of connect us all a little bit more would be nice. But I don't want companies to track me any more than I already do. So
It already has it. Don't worry about it.
yeah, you're good. Yeah, I'll let them track you. I'm fine. Like I said, it's just another reason for you to become objectified. Like they have you, they have your DNA.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, interesting, because you get to know that you have some distant relatives somewhere, and more power to them. But I'm glad
I actually did it for myself and my daughter a few years ago. So I have it tracking, and it still keeps saying, "Oh, you have new family members." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
but it's a little more funny because it's Ursula's side of the family. It keeps growing, and I'm like, "Okay, I did not know that family existed on that side of." I mean, it keeps saying, "Oh, this is your third cousin. This is your fourth cousin. This is your second cousin," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
there at least on like the Hispanic side of the family has been very cautious of, I would say, DNA testing. Just all these like things. It's like the older people. Some of the more it's that's why you're seeing more of the younger generation doing it. Things like that.
I totally understand that.
So,
I actually had a coworker who did that and found out they had a half sister they weren't aware of, and that's how they con.
Damn, you see, those are the stories. Yeah, like it would have been interesting if that's how I found my half brother, but luckily I found him in the normal way. So yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad this family got to once again reunite and get to have a birthday party with their lost family, because there's just too many sad things out there, and it started as a sad note, but it led to a reunion. So power to them. Let's see what else.
Beep.
Oh, this one's better. I know this one. This was the one I wanted to read.
Oh, okay, which one?
All right, Liz, we're going to be talking about the future. RoboCop. You know the Terminator, right?
Yes.
You ready for that future to become the here and now.
Not really.
Because San Francisco's considering allowing law enforcement robots to use lethal force. Let's give robots guns. Yes.
Oh, that turns out an amazing story, man.
Okay, so should robots working alongside law enforcement be able to use deadly force? That is the question that we're about to discuss. Do you have any preconceptions before we jump into the story?
I could see all the lawsuits, but they'll probably go, "Oh, they're just a robot. You can't do anything about it. It's just how they're programmed. You can't sue them."
So are you pro robot guns or anti robot guns?
Anti-gun robots.
Anti guns robots. Do not have the right to bear arms. Only people.
Exactly.
So
That's what the policy said.
Let's see here. The San Francisco Board of Superiors is weighing the question this week as they consider the policy proposal that will allow San Francisco Police Department to use robots as a deadly force against a suspect. A new California law became effective this year that requires every municipality in the state to list and define the authorized use of military-grade equipment in their local law enforcement agency. So basically, to layman terms, that is like, basically they have to like, oh, let's see here. I read it so fast and it's just so funny. To list and define the authorized use of military equipment.
I see that being jacked from the police departments. Oh, there's military-grade explosives right down the street. Let's go grab some of those, and then we'll be a tourist at home.
The original draft of the SFPD policy was silent to the matter of robots. Aaron Peskin, a member of the City Board of Supervisors, added a line to the SFPD's original draft policy that stated robots shall not be used as a use of force against any person. The SFPD crossed out that sentence with a red line. There's a link. I'm going to open that link for later. And returned the draft. Their altered proposal outlined that robots will only be used as a deadly force option when risk of loss of life to members of the public or the officers are imminent and outweigh any other force option available to the SFPD. Your thoughts before we continue, Liz?
I see why they redlined it, because technically we use robots to disarm bombs, so you wouldn't lose a human life. I mean, granted, at the time, bomb suits. Do you remember that? Those big.
Oh yeah, the becoming a bomb diffuser was like an actual like job in the military, and now it is still a job, but now you use better tools.
Yeah, well, and on top of it, I don't know if you remember that, they were used to sending people, cops usually, or people who were meant to do that, and do that thing. And then, of course, robots became more of a thing to start doing that, which is awesome, because then you save a potential human life. So I kind of see, but at the same time, I don't know how. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be an issue. I don't know. I'm torn with this. Like, I see, like, yes, if I can get to the gunman not using a sniper, but I can use a robot to get to him. I don't know. I'm torn. I'm kind of torn. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Liz is weighing on her anti-no gun for robots. She's getting pro-gun robots. All right, we're winning her over, people. We want the Terminator. Let's continue. The SFPD currently has 12 functioning robots. They are robots remote controlled and typically used to gain situational awareness and survey specific areas officers may not be able to reach. They are also used to investigate, defuse potential bombs, or aid in hostage negotiations. Peskin says much of the military-grade equipment sold to cities for police departments to use was issued by the federal government, but there is a lot of regulations surrounding how robots are to be used. It would be lovely if the federal government has instructions or guidance. Meanwhile, we are doing our best to get up to speed. So just kind of reading that, it sounds like there is a lot of red tape but it's hard to like, it's just hard to like for them to like or like gather whether a situation becomes like, yes, we should be able to robot in this situation, like, oh no, we shouldn't in this situation, because it's just like there's very because this is a new precedent right now, like robots becoming more used. Because have you seen that video of the dog robot that's been circulating around?
No.
Yeah, it's see if I can find a video and post it. But yeah, it's a dog robot. Originally, it's like just it's able to move, get up, and things like that. But in a recent video, probably it was popular early in the year, but it was able to open doors. And hey,
I mean, that would kind of replace the idea that we need, because a lot of people need service animals to do that thing.
True. But
and it's hard because it's a waiting list to get the animal, and then a lot of training to get the animal. By the time you only have like 4 or 5 years with that animal before you have to retire the animal to start getting another process of another one. So it's a possibility. I mean,
now let's talk about that dog and strap a gun to it. There's a YouTube video of that.
God no. Oh wait, maybe I have. No.
Yeah, so let's just have dog robots with guns running around protecting us. That'll be the future. That is the future we are foreseeing. Dog robots with guns. Women use that to objectify. What a wonderful dystopian future we are slowly getting to, right?
And the Terminator will come back and make a real life move.
So,
now that would be funny on Twitter right now.
So,
Terminator's real.
It's getting there. Luckily, we're not getting to the point where AI is becoming an issue. I know that's a huge topic because right now everything's remote controlled, right? But it's like we never know when we're gonna cross the line, and we already I think
that's where I had the mindset is that AI is involved in this robot, so it has an idea to decide whether or not to shoot the person. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, not for these robots, the ones the police are using. Luckily, they're all. I think
that's where my brain went to automatically.
Oh no, Liz! I literally said it from you. They have 12 robots that are remote controlled.
I know after the fact.
Come on, Liz.
Maybe decide beforehand.
We kind of have to have a thought, then you jump in. Then you can change your mind or not. Because we've already talked multiple times of how the police work stuff around already. There's a lot of negatives when it comes to it. So it's kind of like you're giving a cop a bigger gun, a bigger stick, basically, where they're safe. But anyways, let's see. Anything else? Anything compared to? The idea of robots being legally able to kill has garnered some controversy. In October, a number of robotics companies, including the Hayata Boston Dynamics, oh, there it is, right there. If you click that link, it'll show you the dog robot, signed an open letter saying that general-purpose robots should not be weaponized. Someone weaponized that specific dog. So, Ryan Collio is a doesn't matter. Anything more important? Nothing really. It's just interesting that this is the discussion happening in the end of 2022. We are now like because
approaching 2023.
Because I think because it's one of the things I think military do this. They actually have weaponized robots. They do. We can't say they don't. Come on, they have weaponized robots. I'm not
saying they didn't.
No. Anyone listening is like, no, our military has robots and guns. Okay, you got to win the wars one way or another. Like, so you got to protect our men in red, white, and blue. So. And
women too. There are women who serve too. I hope they still serve.
No. We're slowly. We got to work backwards. You do not see the America of today. We're slowly getting backwards. Yeah, you're right. Our men and women in red, white, and blue. Correct. Thank you. But yeah, or non-binary. I don't know. It's hard to say anymore, right?
They them people.
They them people. Oh my god. People don't understand what we're saying for the most part. And if you feel offended, you can leave a comment down below. You know, you made it this far. Congrats. You know. But yeah, it's a talk. This is one of those discussions that you would have at a party, just kind of joking with your friends, like, you know, oh, what if robots had weapons and stuff? You know, they were roaming around for the police. It's not something that you should become a real discussion, right? But it is now, and it's just like little things like this that are slowly becoming things. I know there's I've been trying to work on a bonus episode to kind of do a huge Kanye episode, because there's so much with Kanye West right now, and how his fall from grace, I would say, has been happening. But there's so much to compile that it would take a little bit more to, because I want to have a proper discussion with Liz about that situation. That's kind of, if anyone's wondering why we haven't touched the Kanye West discussion, there's a lot to it, and every episode would just be a Kanye update. And
every day.
and as much as I want Kanye for 2024, go Kanye 2024. Because he's gonna lead us to the ideal future.
I go for Dwayne Johnson. I mean, yeah.
He's working on becoming Black Adam. So he has his own thing. So yeah.
Fine.
You just don't want the Kanye future. The Kanye future is the right future. This is why we're in the Weasel timeline. We exist here now.
Yeah, I thought we were approaching the rabbit this year.
Oh, do you not know about the Weasel timeline conspiracy? This is a real thing people believe in. So
okay. We'll have to discuss that on a bonus episode.
All right, yeah. It's a really interesting thing. It's kind of the reason why we're in this timeline, not the proper one. And why we'll get Kanye for president in 2024. And we'll have robots running around with guns policing us all. All right, guys, we're getting close to the end. We're going to be doing our signature, which we haven't done in a while, so we do apologize. It's been a chaotic time. We've been having to cut some episodes shorter than others. We had just so many things to talk about, so we haven't been able to do a Am I the Asshole story, but we have one perfect for this time of year. So Liz, I'm going to let you read this.
Am I the asshole for banning alcohol from Christmas? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. My husband's family likes to drink. Every holiday includes multiple bottles of wine, cocktails. I hate drinking. I've never drank. My father was an alcoholic. I think it's childish if you can't have fun without drinking. I think it's childish if you can't have fun without drinking. Okay, this year I've been hosting Christmas for a change. I decided since it was my house, no alcohol allowed, we're all getting older and it's time to grow up. Okay, since when do you, my mom? How you gonna tell me I gotta grow up? I can't drink alcohol. My husband's sister asked what should she bring? She saw a recipe for a Christmas martini that she wanted to bring. I told her that about my no alcohol rule. She didn't say much, but must have told the rest of the family. Some of them started texting me, asking if I was serious and saying that is lame, but I'm not budging. Now it turns out my husband's sister is hosting an alternate gathering that almost everyone is choosing to go to instead. It's so disrespectful, all because they could not spend one day sober. My husband told me he talked to his sister and we are invited to her gathering, and he could. He said he should go and stop causing issues. It's so rude. Why is her language so wrong? So rude. Okay. Now husband is mad because I'm making him stay home, spend Christmas with me, but it was my turn to host, and I chose to not have no alcohol, and they could have dealt with it for 1 year.
Okay, there's a lot.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
There's a lot.
That's the whole point of Christmas. You're an adult. This is what you get to do.
Damn, Liz is like, she's going her alcoholic route. Man, the stress of...
Okay. I have been giving up alcohol a little bit. I've toned it down.
The stress of 2022.
I will still drink when it comes to like family gatherings, because that's just shit. It's fun.
Bruh.
So, yeah, there's a lot to this for sure, but bottom line, it's very assholey. Because I understand. Okay, I understand the sense of you don't need alcohol for the most part to have a fun time, but it's when you're in a social setting and that's a common thing, like just having that as a refreshment. It's like telling people like we're not allowed to have water in at this party, or you're not allowed to have soda. Like I don't drink soda, but when I host an event, I'll buy soda because I know other people will drink soda. Because who am I to say no to something that is commonplace? Like, and it doesn't seem like now. If she said it that people get, did she say it gets wild? Right?
It doesn't sound like it. I just think they just drink for the fun, the festivities,
for social reasons.
Yeah, social. It doesn't sound like they get outrageously drunk or anything crazy or wild. That's what I gathered from there.
And it's understandable to kind of like stay away from alcohol when you've had such a horrible experience with her father being an alcoholic and having that negativity for it. But to then make that the reason, the sole reason for it, like you can just say you just limit it. Even then, it's still pushing it. Like when you just there's a line people shouldn't cross when quote drinking, and it just becomes belligerent and like unsociable.
Yeah,
and
not a fun event after
exactly
that. So
the second,
but there's a point where you can say, "Hey, I'm an adult. I know how much my limit of drinking is, so I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm designated driver. Okay, that's fine. I'll have one, and that's my one and done. I'm, driving the rest of the night. So there is a line, and I think yes, there are adults who can't handle their alcohol and they shouldn't be drinking. But then there are adults who can, and they do that as a social thing. I mean, as my family, we all drink and we have fun with doing that, and that's our thing. But we also know, I can only have 1 or 3 of them. That's it. That's my limit. I can't have any more after that. I'll have the shot at the beginning of the festivities, and then that'll be it. Like I'll have one more beer and call it a good day. But I think we all have. I mean, coming from your family and my family, we are known to have some alcoholics. Because I parenthesize that because some of them are like, they only do this in the social setting.
Also, we're an audio podcast, so you kind of have to say it too. Don't forget that,
quote unquote. Yeah. But I mean, like, there's so many different types of alcoholism. So, but if she's doing it, she's killing the banter, the theme. I mean, that's how we all tolerate our family members half the time, is by drinking a little bit, so we can like, oh yeah, I can hang around this person today.
Emotional damage.
But I mean, like, honestly, I don't know. I enjoy drinking myself. I am looking forward to a get together with the pharmacy. So I am looking forward to like our little social happy hour together. So I'm like, sweet.
Exactly.
So I'll be drinking then. But I took 1 beer last night because I had 22 medrex, death, and an intubation from an OD. So yes, I will drink that one time.
Yeah, because for me, like unlike a few of my siblings, I don't really like make it a point to drink like most of them do. Like I do it in social settings, and even then I limit myself now just because I don't know, it's just not as
we're getting older and we can't tolerate as much.
No, I just don't.
Just admit it. We're getting old. Okay, I'm older than you. Okay, maybe that's what I'm doing.
Maybe like you're slowly breaking down. Apparently, what you told me.
I know, right?
So yeah, I like how a lot of people are. Yeah, she's the asshole, the Grinch who stole Boozmas.
Yes, exactly.
Did you see
That's what it is.
Did you see the Christmas song that someone wrote down below?
No, where's that at?
Okay, it's under the one who stole Boozmas. Just scroll a little bit.
What's the name of that person?
MM172. They have made a song for us.
That's really down there, isn't it?
Wait.
Right.
You want me to copy and paste it?
Yes, please.
Yep. Give me a second.
No, honestly, drinking's another way of doing Christmas gifts too. If you think about it. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm making this martini because this is great.
Yeah, because it's
I
just
can't buy
festive.
you Christmas presents, but I can buy this nice liquor for all of us to share and have a fun time.
Because honestly, I would not drink anything peppermint, but it's like, all right, I'll try a peppermint festive drink for the holidays.
Yeah, I would do that. I mean, yeah.
Oh shit! Everyone knows this song. This song's iconic. You wanna?
I know, right?
You wanna read it?
Sure.
All right,
I
there's
really
two.
can't stay.
But baby, it's dry inside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's dry inside.
This evening has been
Glad I made you drop in.
so very nice.
Put down that glass. Forget the ice.
My mother must have having a toddy.
Her parents away, been shoddy.
My father must be pouring the punch.
Forgetting him, have a bite of this lunch.
So please, can I pop in for a second?
Come on, let's sit out on the deck.
You realize you don't keep me here.
Nonsense, only children want beer.
This shit funny.
Thank you, MM172, for that little ditty.
That's awesome. Love it.
But for sure, that song's pretty messed up. The original, man. Talk about like essay. But so yeah, everyone. I thank you for.
I like the bum jiggy. I'm drinking a White Russian. Deck the halls of alcohol-y.
Oh damn. Oh, there's another song from Accent Fiend. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There's just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I want booze for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is booze. Yes. Yeah.
Duh. I send us some booze. We do have a P.O. box, right?
Yes, we still do.
You checked that recently?
I have not. I will go check that this weekend. Or this week, sometime this week. Oh, wow. Okay, go down a little bit. Go down to Patrick Rescos. You want to read that one? It's all up to you if you want to read that one.
All I want for Christmas is just 2 fingers, hick. Just 2 fingers, hick. Just 2 fingers, hick. All I want for Christmas is 2 fingers of your finest, tastiest whiskey. It seems so long since I could drink vodka, rum, wine, and brandy, but every time I try to drink, all I do is hiccup, hick, hick. All I want for Christmas is just 2 fingers, hick. Just 2 fingers, hick. Just 2 fingers, hick. All I want for Christmas is 2 fingers of your finest, tastiest whiskey. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Drunkard.
Oh man, so many. I love Reddit. Reddit, thank you. Thank you.
Vicious sickle. I'm gonna go down into this rabbit hole.
Thank you, Reddit, for gracing us with some wonderful mock Christmas songs. Because boy, do I hate Christmas songs as an old person now, man. When they're played at you constantly, I just hate it so much. That I
have to limit that shit, man. My daughter loves it right now, and so we have to have that radio. So I try to tune it out as much as possible.
Yeah, I honestly, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I was younger, even in my mid to late teens. But it's just like when you're like bombarded from work and just radio, it's just like I just can't, and it's just become so cynical. And there's very few times I enjoy it.
That's funny because I actually. Growing up, when I went to a Catholic elementary school, we used to do Christmas music all the time. Oh my God. So we would do plays every year. So we were all in charge of like a single song each grade. So kindergarten to like 8th grade.
Yeah,
we would have like these songs and we would have to practice them day in and day out. Literally every day up to the time we celebrated the concert. I'm like, oh yeah. Now I know why I started hating Christmas songs by that age.
Exactly. It kind of same because I had to do like Christian Christmas carols because I was in choir, so I was made to sing these things, and I'm like, so. But yeah, that's our little rant for Christmas music. We are just kind of old cynics at this point. Like I can enjoy a Christmas song here and there, but the moment it's replayed over and over and over.
And look
And
at
an
that
8-hour
shit.
loop.
I cannot. But having these joke ones is funny. I like, thank you. Thank you,
It made
Reddit.
My day.
Thank you, Reddit, for making our day there. But anyways, everyone, thank you for joining us. And don't forget, we forgot to plug this, but don't forget to purchase our merch at merch.tyrant.com because the Christmas season around. Go ahead and purchase this for yourself or for a gift to show people the shows you like the Convoluted Podcast, Reaction Cast. Don't forget to join us on our Discord if you want to come hang with us, because it is during the holiday time. Some people get lonely, but we are on Discord with everyone. And also, don't forget, this is something we don't do this often, but we should start doing this. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I think that's Apple Podcasts, right? Yeah, that's Apple Podcasts. Rate us 5 stars. Let people know how good our show is, and we'll start reading your reviews on the show.
Yes, I want to do that.
So yeah, rate us 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I think those are the only ones I know that you can post reviews. But I know for sure Spotify and Apple Podcasts do it, and we'll look for them and we'll read them on the show. But yeah, everyone, thanks again for listening. Liz, thank you for joining us for another day.
Thank you.
So everyone, until next time, see ya.
Bye.